We're here at Crater Lake National Park. Crater Lake. Well, it's definitely a lake. Looks nothing like a crate to me. All right. The only national park here in the Beaver State is beautiful Crater Lake National Park. This place is awesome. It feels like I'm in some sort of fantasy world looking at it. My brain's like, is this real? This is real. This is totally real. This is not a green screen behind me. So this big hole is basically, it's called a caldera, was formed from the eruption of Mount Mazama. Mount Mazama was a big stratovolcano that built up over hundreds of thousands of years. And it was about 12,000 feet high, they think. And then 7,700 years ago, Mount Mazama couldn't take the pressure anymore, and it blew. Over about a few days, basically, went from that stratovolcano to a huge caldera. And I'm excited about talking more about it. Let's go explore some stuff. Check it out. All right, I'm out here at the Pumice Desert. This is a really cool area, a little north of the lake, probably about 8 miles or so. Not much vegetation out here because there was a major pyroclastic flow that left during the major eruption of Mount Mazama. And this flow came right in here and deposited a bunch of pumice. Okay, first of all, what is a pyroclastic flow? Well, during the volcanic eruption, this explosive eruption that happened, a lot of heat was sent up from the vents of the volcano, and if it wasn't hot enough, it couldn't actually go vertically. So if it's really hot air, that's really less low density air, right? Hot air is less dense than cold air, and that will shoot up vertically, create that huge plume. But some of it isn't hot enough to actually go vertically, and so it ends up just spreading out along the surface of the earth. There's ash in there, there's gas in there, a bunch of nasty stuff you don't want to encounter, and it can get really fast. It can go between 60 and 400 miles an hour. This stuff can come at you, and it deposited pumice. Pumice, what the heck is that? Well, pumice is this really interesting rock. This stuff actually floats in water. Pretty cool. And the reason why that's true is because it has air bubbles that got trapped in there. So there's this gas that is within the magma. Once it encounters lower pressure, this gas can actually get outside of the magma. It's not dissolved gas, but it's actually trying to escape, just like carbon dioxide escapes soda. You see the gas bubbles shoot up. But there can be some gas bubbles that get stuck in that magma. So some of this liquid magma, it'll turn into hard rock. And any gas that gets stuck in the magma ends up creating air bubbles in the rock. And so this rock becomes pretty low density. And then the magma chamber underneath was acting as support of the stratovolcano. And when that magma was released during the explosion, it was no longer support for a lot of land. And so this land actually sank down. This thing was about 3,000 feet deep, they think. And then over about 2,500 years of a lot of rain and a lot of snow, this place gets a lot of snow. On average, it gets over 400, like almost 500 inches of snow per year. Over 2,500 years, it filled it up. Not to the top, of course, but a lot. Though about 1,943 feet is the depth of this water. That is deep. In fact, it's the deepest lake in the United States of America, the second deepest lake in North America. Deepest one is in Northwest Territories of Canada, and the 9th deepest lake on Earth. So this is a significant lake for many reasons. Wow, check out this awesome view of Wizard Island. This thing is beautiful. Look at that. So cool. Wizard Island, of course, was created by a wizard, right? Maybe not. Either that or it was another eruption about 500 years after the Mount Mazama eruption. Mount Mazama blew about 7,700 years ago, and about 500 years later, there was some more volcanic activity that caused a more minor eruption from the caldera that Mount Mazama left, and that created Wizard Island right there. Now, in the backdrop, you see Lao Rock. Lao, spelled L-L-A-O, named after the Native American god of the underworld, Lao, who was unfortunately not a good dude. He actually caused this whole eruption, according to the tale. Basically, the god of the underworld came up above the surface one day, and he had the hots for one of the daughters of one of the Native American chiefs. He's like, whoa, she's beautiful. I want her. I'm interested. He approached her, and she said, no, thank you. She's like, nah, you're not my type. And that really upset Lao. Apparently, Lao doesn't take too well to rejection because he went nuts. He caused this whole thing to blow. He caused madness around here. Native Americans, the tribe members were freaking out. Whoa, Lao, dude, you're crazy. Just because she's not interested in you doesn't mean you need to create this whole explosion. And then the god of the above world, Skettle, was like, no, Lao, you got to stop this. He thought the fight that the tribal members were putting up against Lao was honorable, and the god of the above world was like, I'm going to help them out because Lao is doing some bad thing. And so the god of the above world was really powerful, and he said, Lao, get back in your home, get down underground. He sent Lao down under, and that's what caused the whole sinking, according to the tale. And then Lao was down there. So Lao, they named the rock after Lao in his honor, just as a remembrance. It's not really in his honor because he was kind of a troublemaker. However, maybe he was thinking about the future. Maybe he was actually like, okay, I'm going to create this big mess, but it's going to turn into some awesome, beautiful lake. So maybe he had some foresight about that. So one of the things that's awesome and unique about Crater Lake is how blue the water is. Look at this water. It's incredibly blue. They say it's bluer than blue. How can something be bluer than blue? I don't know. It's probably the bluest water you're going to find. It's because this water is super deep and it's super clear. All this water was created just from rain and melted snow filling this big caldera, right? And so there's not really runoff, not really a whole lot of sediment that gets down into the lake. And so this water has some really high clarity. In fact, it set the record for the greatest clarity test, which is 143 feet. 143 feet you could see the Secchi disk. Amazing. So this water is super clear and super deep. When light rays go into the water, think about the visible part of the spectrum that our eyes can pick up on. There's several different wavelengths from these different colors, Roy G. Biv: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The longer wavelengths, the red, oranges, and yellows, they get absorbed into the water molecules. The greens, if the water's deep enough, will get absorbed as well. The shallow areas along the edges of the lake, you can actually see some green because those green wavelengths haven't been fully absorbed. The water's not deep enough to absorb it. And then what's left is blues and some violets. And what happens is blue gets scattered. As the light goes deeper and deeper in the water, this blue gets scattered all over the place, including back to our eyes. And so we really see it as blue because this light can get deep into this water because it's so clear. Most water is not this clear. Light waves aren't going to go that deep. And you're not going to get as much scattering. But when you have water this deep and this clear, you can have that much scattering of blue light that just makes it super blue and super beautiful. Blutiful. That's the word I would describe this water. Now, why do volcanoes have this big vertical plume? Well, in a big volcanic eruption, there's a lot of heat, and the heat actually is what causes the vertical motion because there's all that other stuff, ash, and a bunch of other stuff that's come along with the explosion. And if the air is really hot, it's less dense than its surrounding air, right? So that causes it to move upwards. Buoyancy, less dense air is going to move up. And so if it's super hot, a lot less dense than the air around it, boom, it shoots up vertically. Once it gets to the point where the density is the same as its surroundings, then it keeps going up because of momentum. It has momentum upward. Vertical motion is just going to keep going for a little bit, even though it's about the same buoyancy. Then it starts to spread out a little bit, and then it'll get high enough where that air from the volcano is more dense than the air around it, and then it starts to basically flatten out. All right. Earlier on, I was checking out pumice. Now I'm eating hummus. It's a pumice and hummus kind of day. All right. What a great time I had here at Crater Lake National Park. Highly recommend coming here. You got to check it out. It's amazing. All right. So, tell us who you are. Tell us how you got here and why you're here.
My name is Bigfoot Bill, and I'm currently running the Pacific Crest Trail all the way from Mexico to Canada.
PCT, wow. That's like a 5-6 month journey.
Yeah, I ran as fast as I could. I'm running a little ahead of schedule. I'm here.
Wait, you ran here?
Yeah, ran.
Dude,
I've been on the run for
you're like the most fit person in the world that can just run from Mexico to Oregon in like 2 weeks, you say?
about 2.5 weeks max.
That's incredible. That's why you don't have a backpack or anything.
Nope.
You just, yeah, this is it. You just what do you eat and stuff?
Whatever I can find.
Really? You just like quickly grab a squirrel on the fire, eat, then keep running.
Leaves, bugs, yeah, everything.
Anything. Hashtag Bigfoot Bill is going to be trending on Twitter soon, so be on the lookout for that. Be sure to follow Bigfoot Bill. Also, you said you were communicating with somebody here through Instagram.
Yep, the wizard, Willie. Communicating with him on Instagram, and I was hoping when I got here he'd be around, but I can't seem to find him anywhere.
That seems totally reasonable to run all the way from Mexico to Oregon to try to talk to a wizard who can help you find Bigfoot. Like, that seems totally logical. Nothing weird about
But it's also magical because there aren't many wizards out there. So, Willie the Wizard, it's Bigfoot Bill here. You said you're going to be here. Come on out. I haven't seen Willie the Wizard. I'm getting kind of frustrated. I'm calling for him. He's not around. Tried Instagram, but
what he promised you
up here, so I can't get a hold of him.
Yeah, but he said he was going to meet you here at this time on this date. So he should at least be walking around right around here, right?
I know. I've looked for him. I can't find him. I'm just dumbfounded. I don't know where he is.
Dang, it would be
Pain in the
pretty
ass.
messed up if Willie Wizard just flaked on you.
Willie Wizard, it's Bigfoot Bill. Come on out. I can't take this anymore, man.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
You Bigfoot Billy?
Bigfoot Bill, yes.
Take a seat.
Who are you?
I'm Willie.
Get out of town. No way.
I am.
You gotta prove it. Oh, shit, it is you.
Told you.
I'm glad I finally found you. It's been hours I've been looking for you.
How can it be in my wizard costume in front of all these people? You think I want that kind of attention?
No, I got it.
Incognito Willie.
You gotta show me how to get to Bigfoot.
I know, I told you, I promised you. Well, thanks for coming this long way. I was surprised you actually did it. You ran here?
Yeah.
Crazy.
From Mexico, Sonora.
Damn. That's impressive. For that, you deserve to see Bigfoot. I'm going to do what I can. I can't promise you.
Can't promise me.
And don't tell anybody that I'm here.
No, I won't tell anybody at all.
Now,
You just gotta show me how to see
what I got
Bigfoot.
for you is a special device that's going to allow you to see Bigfoot. It's right here. Do not
What is
let
it, a magic?
do not let anybody see this.
Is
If
it-
Bigfoot finds out you got it, or you give it to anybody else, he's going to be very mad. He's going to be mad at me. Don't tell him what's going to go down. So, this is the special Bigfoot attracting pretzel. It's no ordinary pretzel. Okay. Do not think about this as an ordinary pretzel. Do
It's
not
not
eat
an
it.
ordinary pretzel.
Do
Got it.
not eat it.
Got it. Do not eat the pretzel.
Okay. There's a method to attracting Bigfoot. Okay. You got to do it right. Or if you screw it up, you're not going to be able to see Bigfoot. First, you got to rub it 3 times. Rub it 3 times. And say, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
Next thing, you have to rotate it 3 times. Say Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Okay, see the hole? You gotta look through Wizard Island through the hole. You gotta say, Bigfoot, I'm not worthy, but please show yourself.
I'm not worthy, but please show yourself.
Okay, and then flip it.
Damn it.
Okay, and then flip it properly this time. Ready. This is it. Make or break it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
What the? Gotta be kidding me. Man, I did so much. I can only do so much, Bigfoot Billy.
I want to see Bigfoot.
I need to head back to the island.
What?
You're on your own, man.
Oh, you son of a...
Getting ready to get in. Here we go. It's gonna be a little chilly.